everybody's always talking about how when they became a Christian, they started to see more of their sin. Billy Graham even says it, when you get closer to God, you'll start to see how more imperfect you are and how nasty you are. And that's true. But I don't think I actually started to get nasty until I became a believer. That's the time in my life where I was able to go out and actually do stuff, drive around and see new things, be in new places. And with all of this status that I now had, I could get in places that not just a regular person could get into before. And so having all of that and not managing it properly and submitting it before God meant that I just went on a down spiral. Made a lot of impulsive decisions. I got engaged at one time and completely ruined it. Not being man enough to tell somebody about things that were dealt with in my childhood, and me on my end not having dealt with them properly with God. And so they allow me to make certain decisions or love certain ways based on past hurt. And because of all of that, and trying to keep it composed, I just kept running from everybody and from everything and couldn't face it. And so my fiance, I cheated on her. And after cheating on her, finally ended it. And it still was, trying to find love in all of these places that the entire time could have been resolved if I would have just truly submitted myself before God. Well, then something crazy happens. Stuff happens at home. My childhood, I went through one divorce, and then I go through another divorce with, my parents. And that's the moment when I realized that there was stuff going on that needed to change, not just around me and my family, but in me. And a lot of the reasons why I was doing the things that I was doing was, it was because of influence and what I had grown up seeing and what I was continuing to see, but me not taking those places to God. And so all of those things I laid before God, and that's when I started to see the actual change in my life where, you know, the things that I could not stop before became something that I didn't even care about. And everything that I was thinking about, God was in it. And I wasn't going to make a decision unless I had first maybe tried to see what scripture had said about it, or something that had happened similar to somebody around me who's been a believer for longer. And with all of this, I guess I became more submitted to just God's authority and the authority that God gives people who have been doing this a lot longer. And so I went back to the church that I had done those terrible things at, and I laid everything on the table. Told them everything that had